Hey, everybody, good morning, greetings, salutations, and thanks for waking up with us here live on the Fan Sports Network from the Finley Hyundai Studios. Devin, Dixon, Paulie Ratliff, Tara Atkin. We are the Drive Morning Crew. We're the local guys. Finley Hyundai Studios sitting here just in St. George, Utah. 99.5, 95.3, 93.1 in Cedar, 1400 in Parowan, and, of course, always streaming on our mobile app. And we got a loaded show for you today. It is a Throwdown Thursday, Paulie.
Throwdown.
We are throwing it down. We've got a huge night in the association last night. How about them Utah Jazz?
Yeah, you called it. How about that?
Yeah.
You called the cover, not the win. But I was talking to 340, 3.5 to 1, and you were like, nah, I don't think so. But how about the Jazz? They do it. They make it a complete game from start to finish and win. I mean, that's amazing. One of a lot of people figure 18, 19 wins this season. Well, they already got one. Put that in the checkbox for the Utah Jazz. So, yeah.
Yeah, a pretty easy win by 21.
They were up by 40 at one point. Yeah, they were really blowing them out. So,
and I thought the Clippers were going to be a really good team. And it's one game. It's a small sample size, but it's an exciting start. It's an exciting start.
Yeah, it's got to be great.
Biggest line in the... There was 24 teams playing yesterday in the NBA.
It's the biggest spread in the NBA yesterday.
100%.
10.5 points. The closest one was 8.5.
The books were off by over 30 points. That does not happen very often.
That's right. It's very rare.
We are going to break that game down for you. We got Delane Fitzgerald, SUU football coach. He's going to be joining us here in less than 20 minutes, first hour. We've got... some Utah Tech players stopping by the show. We've got Lee Sterling picking some winners for you. We are just absolutely slamming today. We've got T-balls flying in about an hour or less at Black Desert Resort. As soon as the sun comes up, they are hitting golf balls in the first opening round. Had a great time last night. Had an opportunity to chat with a couple players. Hanging out, had a little private dinner, and was with Matt McCarty and Mason Anderson and Mac Messner and a couple other guys, and just enjoyed getting to know some of these PGA players. It's fun to talk to them not with a microphone. You know, normally when we're talking to PGA Tour players, we're interviewing them, but this is the best golfers. And they're blown away by St. George, Southern Utah's hospitality, the golf course, the weather. It was a little hot last year. The weather's going to be in the 70s all week. Got a little bit of rain that could soften the course up overnight.
Yeah, slow it down a little bit.
Yeah. So that could change things. That might be a little bit advantage early wave this morning. Because if you wake up this morning, you're going to have just a little bit easier time controlling the wedges, controlling, 4 and 5 irons that you normally would have them bound and release. Now they're going to be a little softer and sit, just a little bit easier conditions to maybe go make more birdies here in the first couple hours of play. The course is always on the PGA Tour get fast and firm as the week goes on to Sunday. You know, the PGA Tour wants you to kind of turn the water off. Fortunately, it can't really turn the water off, but it's cool enough here in the mid-70s that they can still firm it up, and it'll still be playable, but it'll be a huge test. These greens are going to be rolling like a 13, 14 on the stick.
What are they? Yeah. Wow.
They're going to be lightning fast. Lightning fast.
Last year, weren't they like a 12?
At least, at least at 12, probably closer to 13. They're going to be just as fast as last year, if not faster. The greens are so good right now, so good. Tara, I know you were out there yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Paulie, did you make it out there?
No, I did not.
No,
I was a little sleepy yesterday.
You were really excited that Tara made it out there.
I was, yeah. It was an amazing effort by Tara. I mean, I was on that drive yesterday. I know that I couldn't make it, but she somehow summoned the courage and made it out there. Good for you.
Yeah.
I woke up at noon and my FOMO kicked in. I was like, I got to get out there. So
there you go.
Went and checked out the 18th green, and
yeah.
it looked cool. Looked good. So
We will hear. I got some clips. I was out there for some of the pressers yesterday. Alex Noren stopped by, Matt McCarty. I missed Zach Blair. I didn't get over there in time to catch Zach. He was walking out as I was walking in, so I didn't get any audio from Zach. And I didn't stick around later in the afternoon for Preston Summerhays because we already had Preston on the show. There'll be more media availability throughout the week. Obviously, they'll be crowning a champion on Sunday. We are giving away a pair of tickets. If you want to win those tickets, you just text in. Well, we already gave the tickets away. You know what? I think Caden gave the tickets away. But I got good news. We're giving away another pair of tickets, but it's to the rivalry Utah Tech and SUU. So if you didn't win the golf tickets, but you want to go to the SUU Utah Tech Feud on 15, Battle for the Axe at Greater Zion Stadium, 6 o'clock kickoff on Saturday night, you can text in rivalries. Just text in rivals. They're rivals, right? Rivals.
Yeah,
text in rivals to our text line, and we'll put you in the drawing for some tickets to go watch Utah Tech and SUU.
Yeah.
Paulie and I will be calling that game here on the Fan Sports Network. Again, we're talking with Delane Fitzgerald today. We've got Coach Anderson tomorrow. I saw that they're honoring Greg Croshaw.
They are.
Yeah.
We heard about that. Yeah.
And so Coach Crow is going to be on the show tomorrow as well.
Excellent.
So, I love talking. You know I love talking with Crow.
Yeah, he's a great guest.
I don't have to
always.
prep my show at all when Crow comes around.
That's right. Just maybe he'll bring one of those pies, too.
Ooh.
Didn't he do that one time? He brought in one of his pies from his shop. I think that was a while ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
That was 5 or 6 years ago.
Paul's like, it just seems like yesterday.
I remember that pie. That's the succulent crust and the filling. It was great. So
I guess we know what Paulie's soft spot is. You bring him a Croshaw pie, he'll never forget it.
Yeah, right.
that's right.
Yeah.
You've always questioned my memory, both of you, but I have weird
Your memory is terrific when
Okay.
it comes to sports.
Yeah.
When it comes to other important life matters, it's awful.
yeah.
Anything else important?
Like
That's
conversations we may have had that you may have conveniently forgotten.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's okay.
It's okay. We work through it as a group, as a tribe, right? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's called parenting, and you have 2 parents.
That's right. I do.
But
They're
your big
long.
And then he has 2 more with you and me.
Yeah. True. It takes a village to raise Paulie.
It does.
Need we remind you you're 32 years old?
Yes, I do remember that.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's right.
We got to get into some college football today.
Yeah.
There's actually a massive breaking story
Oh, I
in the
know.
NBA. This
This-
Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier thing.
Yeah. This is not good.
A head coach of an NBA team. might
Are
be
you reading the ABC4 news report? Which one are you
A
reading?
couple people sent me this morning,
Yeah.
including my grandma, which she's clued into all what could be kind of some foul play here among Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups. So this could be something that could be more and more. I mean, I'm reading the details now. It just broke at 8:06 Eastern time, 7:47 Eastern time. So not long ago. So a lot of news to get to here, but there was definitely some foul play. Sportsbooks in multiple states flagged suspicious betting interest on Rozier's statistics ahead of the Charlotte Hornets New Orleans Pelicans game on March 23rd, 2023. An unsuspected surge of bets, including 30 wagers in 46 minutes from a quote-unquote professional bettor totaling $13,759, came in on the under on Rozier's points, rebounds, and assists, causing sportsbooks to halt betting on the veteran guard. Rozier, then with the Hornets, played just 10 minutes before leaving the game with a foot injury.
Oh.
So that's pretty easy to get your unders when you're not playing. So
Right.
He might have just said, hey, my foot's not feeling good. I need out. And I think this will be the beginning of the end of player prop bets.
Yeah.
Players can't have the end-all, be-all on what their stats are going to be over under. I think they have to take those off the board for the integrity of the game. Because we've seen a lot of this. Jonte Porter on the Raptors just a year ago, we heard this similar thing. I think guys are going to take it into their own hands. guys like Terry Rozier, a little down the roster, not making as much money as the stars, the supermax level players. So he's looking and making an NBA living is a great living, but there's always guys trying to cut corners and make a little extra. So they're going to have these guys, these runners to sports books to place bets on their unders, and then they go out. It's the same thing that happened with Porter a year ago. So I think it's becoming a little bit of a trend.
Rozier's thing we've seen before, but Billups' arrest in Oregon, the ABC News report,
yeah,
I mean, it says there's ties to the mafia.
Yeah.
Which I interpret as organized crime.
Correct.
This really, if I'm Adam Silver, I am hitting the panic button this morning. This compromises the integrity of the whole league.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a player in a separate case, another player prop incident we've seen before, maybe they got in some bad ways with the guy. Maybe he owed some money. Like, hey, make sure you don't go over your total tonight, and we're square. Who knows?
It's so much of a thing.
The one with Chauncey is very alarming to me because you are an NBA coach representing the league, and it's a gambling sting. So it's an illegal poker game with ties to organized crime.
It is.
According to the ABC report.
According to the report, and nothing's been
and this is all alleged.
Yeah, alleged at this point.
But, I mean, they have intel. They have evidence. They made the arrest. Chauncey is supposed to appear initially in court later today.
Yeah.
Up in Oregon.
Yeah, that's interesting with Billups. I mean, to be a head coach and be involved in stuff like this is another level. It's so much to the point where Adam Silver has commented about this, about the gambling stuff in the NBA. Quote, we've seen some of our partners we've asked some of our partners to pull some of our prop bets, especially when they're on two-way players, guys who didn't have stake in the competition, where it's too easy to manipulate something, which seems otherwise small and inconsequential to the overall score. We're trying to put in place, learning as we go and working with the sports betting companies, some additional control to prevent some of that manipulation. And I think what's going to happen is player prop bets are going to be taken away. I think that'll be a new mandate soon. I think there's just too much control in the hands of one guy. And if you put $1 million on a guy to go under and he tells you before the game, I'm not going to play, that's not a fair bet. That's not a fair anything. That's just crooked and corrupt. So, and there was the Indians pitcher, the closer, Clase. There was a guy betting on the speed of his pitches. You can bet on the individual pitch. If it's going to be over 99.6 miles an hour, that guy was throwing dirt balls. He's out of the league now. So, these player props, these things that guys can manipulate with their own control, not based on the team sport, I think, there's got to be some adjustments made to that, I think.
Yeah, and look, these sports books flag it. I mean, only 13,000 in bets, but it's flagged.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like some crazy amount. It's not like somebody was trying to make millions.
But zeroing in on his under on assists, points, total, all those things, spread across. And I don't think he put it all on one thing. I think he spread it across all those things.
Right.
Which made the flag a little easier to do. So, yeah. I mean, it's just... It's rough.
The league looked into the Rozier situation in 2023, and it seemed to be resolved, according to Terry Rozier's attorney.
New evidence has come out.
He's 31 now. He's playing the final year of a $96 million 4-year contract.
That's what throws me, is these guys are able to do this stuff, and they're still making $96 million from their job, and they still feel the need to have this stupid side hustle that could make them lose their entire livelihood
and reputation and future job.
I'm jumping on all your things because they're all right, because it's just stupid. You're making peanuts off these $13,000 bets, and you're making $96 million, like a king's ransom to play a kid's game. What are you doing?
Yeah, with Rozier, though, what if he was at? I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
You can.
See, I've already put my stance out there. I think it compromises the integrity of the league. I agree with Adam Silver. But what if he's at the car wash and he's like, "Man, my foot doesn't feel good tonight. I don't think I'm going to be able to play." And he goes out there and somebody bets. I mean, how do you know that? What is this evidence? The Billups thing's actually the more alarming to me, because we've seen the Rozier situation. Chauncey Billups is a Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Famer. He's a Finals MVP. He's an NBA champion. He's a current head coach.
Yeah,
Like,
he's a much bigger thing in the league. Yeah,
The Billups thing is the organized crime part. I think is where I'm stuck on the mafia ties.
yeah.
What is Chauncey Billup doing? High stake poker games. I'm assuming they're in Oregon. Are they in Oregon where it's illegal?
I'm sure. I mean, it's
It's not in Nevada.
not
They're not
a-
playing poker in
not-
Nevada.
It's not a. It's a home game. In other words,
They
but probably
were
a high
home.
stake home.
He
games.
was coaching last night.
He's probably doing the same thing Gilbert Arenas did, and Gilbert Arenas was arrested for the illegal gambling sting, where he was hosting poker games and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think he just has a house, a property, and he's a guy that lets them use the prop. I don't think he's out there handing out the chips and dealing people in. I think he's unrelated to the actual game, but I think they use one of his properties as where it's played.
Yeah,
So
but we just saw, why would Chauncey
That
not
would be
see
my
the
guess.
Gilbert
That'd be my
story and
guess.
go, you know
Yeah,
what, this
yeah.
is really risky.
it's risky.
Like, but people don't think, a lot of people do risky things, but they don't think they're going to get caught.
Yeah.
They just don't think they're going to get caught. So, Chauncey Billups is arrested. He's going to appear in court later today, charged in an illegal poker operation tied to the mafia, according to sources in this ABC News report.
Yeah. And Rozier's stuff died down, like you said. We heard about this years ago, and it looks like they've got more evidence. They arrested him on Thursday morning at a hotel in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah.
So,
All right, more on this later in the show. We do need to get to a timeout. When we come back, let's fire up the rivalry talk. SUU head coach Delane Fitzgerald will jump on with this as we prepare for the T-Birds and the Blazers game Saturday at Greater Zion Stadium. Stick with us, everybody. everybody. Welcome back. It is The Drive coming at you, 99.5, 95.3 St. George, also 93.1 up in Cedar City. T-Bird fans, are you awake up there? T-Bird fans listening up there on 1400 in Parowan. I know we have some listeners on that are still rocking the AM dial. And, of course, coming at you, if you want to watch the show, you can go to youtube.com/The Drive. Now joining us, good friend of the show, ready for the Feud on 15 Saturday night, T-Bird head football coach Delane Fitzgerald. And, Coach, good morning. How we doing on a beautiful Thursday morning? Thanks for waking up with us.
Morning, Devin. How you doing?
Doing fantastic, man. I got to start with, the season so far, because I feel like we're kind of repeating a little bit last year where you guys have a heck of a football team, but you're losing too many close games. But really good win last week. A shout out to you and the staff. I heard you guys made some changes defensively, and you guys upset the number 13 team in the country, and that's more what I expected from you guys this year.
It's what we expected from ourselves.
How did you pull it off? And I'm curious about the defensive changes you guys made that I'm hearing about.
We just made some staff adjustments and gave some different responsibilities to different coaches. And then we also made some adjustments on special teams, Devin. And they both seemed to work out, at least for one game. For one game, it's been better.
I like this mustache. How long you been working on that? I don't remember you having that, Coach.
Devin, the football team made a pact that everybody's got one. Everybody's got one until we lose again. So hopefully we're going to go a while.
I love it. I love it. Delane Fitzgerald, our guest here on the program. You've got a little two-quarterback situation working pretty well for you. I'm just curious the mindset right now with, Barron back. He missed the one game due to a knee injury, I believe, and you guys darn near beat the number 3 team in the country with your backup quarterback. What can you tell us about using both guys? They both do things differently.
Yeah, the biggest challenge of having two quarterbacks is the offensive coordinator, being able to integrate them both without there being a problem or without it disrupting the flow of the rhythm of the offense. Being able to get one in, one out, and just having a flow, Devin, is the biggest obstacle there. But we're similar to Utah Tech. And the fact that we've got a kid that runs it a lot better than the other kid, and we've got a kid that throws it better than the other kid. So you're trying to play them both because you'd like to have that dynamic in your offense.
And Coach, one of the big things I was thinking about heading into the season was you guys were replacing a finalist for the Walter Payton Award in Targhee Lampson, but you're the guy that replaced him, Joshua Dye, has been one of the best running backs in all of the FCS, third in the country right now with 963 yards, a ton of touchdowns. Just talk about Joshua Dye and the offensive line's cohesion in the running game, Coach.
Yeah, our offensive line and tight ends they've punched up all fall. They played above their head and played really well. And we're proud of what we've done up front in the running game. We need to be better in the pass game. We need to be better at protecting the quarterback up front. But in the run game, we've been better than solid. Josh has done a nice job running the football for us this fall. Braden Whistler's also done a nice job. And as you guys know, we've got some running backs behind them that are pretty talented also.
Coach, I got to ask you, now that you've been on the job for a number of years, I mean, Paul and I can't forget, when you first came on the show, you're just like, Devin, this isn't a rivalry yet, not with the records of both these teams. The records of these two teams is not great. 3 total wins this year. We're playing a little earlier here in October. What is your stance on the rivalry and the importance of this game this season now, Coach?
Yeah, we're the best FCS game you're ever going to see with 3 total wins at this point in the season. Utah Tech has played well, and then we all know they play better at home than they do on the road, and they play longer and harder, and they strain more at home than they do on the road. And most college teams do in any sport, but there's a difference in Utah Tech on the road and at home. We understand that. They're well coached and have done a good job thus far. And then the same thing for us. We're beating Northern Arizona with 2 minutes to go and lose the game at the buzzer on a 2-point conversion. But we gave up the 2-minute drill in the drive that beat us. We're tied with West Georgia. All these teams are ranked in the top 20. We're tied with West Georgia, and they kick a field goal at the end. We lose the game in overtime to a team that we shouldn't have lost to. and then we're up 7 on Tarleton State midway through the third quarter. Now I'm still convinced we'd have had to score 75 to beat them down at their place because we weren't going to stop them on defense. But two good football teams that have played really good football. With Utah Tech, you go and watch you watch that Northern Iowa game, and they're playing a good, traditionally powerhouse Northern Iowa team, and just really handled them on defense for 3 straight hours.
I asked Coach Lance Anderson in our weekly Zoom. I said, "Hey, do you know Coach Fitzgerald? What are your thoughts on him in the program?" And he's like, "Honestly, we've talked to."
Hang on before you ask the question. How does Coach Anderson get a weekly Zoom and I just get like a semester Zoom? I get and let's be honest. Right now, as everyone's listening to this podcast, there's more Thunderbird alumni listening than there are Trailblazer alumni listening.
Yeah,
we can change that.
Yeah, there's more SUU people living in St. George than there are living in Cedar right now.
Yeah, yeah,
true.
Probably 10,000 alumni in St. George, if I had to guess, at least, right, Coach?
At least our biggest alumni gathering each year is in August in St. George, and it's all the people that live in St. George.
Yeah. I don't know about that weekly Zoom though. I mean, we could probably help you out with that, or have to go talk to your athletic director. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want to hear me talk every week, especially after a loss. You don't want to hear me after a loss.
We always love having you on the show, Coach. The thing I love about you is you always give us real thoughtful answers. It's not the coach's cliche stuff. That's why we love having you on the program. It's not the run-of-the-mill normal stuff. You're quotable. You're very quotable, Coach.
Good sound bites.
The days that teach and coach speak, I skip those days. I miss for some reason.
And Coach, you detailed a little bit about the close losses this year, the NAU game, I remember, of course, the San Diego game. But let's talk about the changes that you're making to finish these games starting this week with Utah Tech. What's it going to take to finish, to win like you did against Abilene, against Utah Tech and the Blazers at home?
Yeah, finishing, winning, finishing, being successful, it's a learned skill. And I'm a little disappointed that we haven't learned it a little better by year 4. But both these teams in this game on Saturday are learning how to finish and learning how to be successful. And we're going to see who's done the best job of that on Saturday night at 6 p.m. But Paul, to answer your question, it's something we work on every day. It's something we work on every week, which is finishing everything we start.
How important is culture at SUU for you, Coach? Your culture. How much stock do you put into that? How much time do you put into building what I categorize as your culture?
Here's another one that a lot of people won't tell you. Okay, all of college athletics has changed over the last since the start of the pandemic. All of college athletics has changed, and here's what's really changed, Devin, is you can get a culture set and have it rolling all in the right way, and then you have 5 or 6 guys go into the portal and they go play FBS. Your culture changes.
Yeah.
Right.
And it changes on you in a dime. And I think you guys know over the past couple of months, they've changed the portal from 2 big portal windows to one 16-day window in January. So it's going to help with some of those things. Culture in college football will be better next year than it is this year, and for the simple fact that the Georgias and the Miamis and the North Dakota States and the Southern Utahs and the Utah Techs and everybody, we're all going to have mostly our complete team starting on January 16th.
Yeah, nice.
And Coach, just wanted a quick update on a local kid for us, Rand Sawyer. Obviously, in the NAU game, I was watching that game. He had that amazing kickoff return touchdown, had another big return, but he did have that mental miscue earlier in the game on the kickoff. What's it been like coaching Rand this year? He's obviously a really great athlete, and what is his contributions, you think, in the future going to be?
Yeah, he was the one I was talking to you guys about that's behind those 2 guys that are playing tailback. Guys, our 3rd, 4th, 5th string tailbacks are really, really talented. We're excited about the future at the tailback position, and we like to run the football at our place, so we're always going to be at least pretty good there. You're asking about Rand. Rand has been a model citizen on and off the field. Does he have a couple of mental mistakes? Yeah, he's got a couple, but he doesn't have anything that any other normal true freshman wouldn't have in a game. His outlook and his expectation for this fall were exactly what it should have been. And he's gone out and performed. And coming into the season, I said, Rand, what's your goals? What are your goals for this fall? And he looked at me, and he had thought about this, and he goes, I want to be as good a special teams contributor as I can possibly be this fall. And I went, okay, your head's in the right place.
I love to hear that.
That's awesome.
He's going to finish the semester with a really high GPA, and he's going to have a successful freshman campaign, and then we'll build on this to going forward.
Yeah. What's the mindset? What's the vibe around practice this week? I know you keep things business as usual, but is there a little more pep in everybody's step? And how do the newcomers that have never played in this rivalry game, how are you approaching that topic with them?
Y'all pound that rivalry thing, and I've talked to a couple of different players this week. Pound that word. Yeah, y'all. It must help ratings. Somebody must have discovered that if we do this, we'll get 10% more people watching, 10% more people at the game. What are we playing for the sixth time since 1963?
Right. It's a budding new rivalry, Coach.
I don't know.
He still wants to work it in, Coach.
Even call it here. If you were going to say, hey, it is a rivalry, this is where I would agree with you. Most all of the players on our team have grown up playing against players at Utah Tech, and vice versa. They've been teammates. They've been in rivalry games against each other before. Yada yada. We have the same recruiting footprint. So that is where I would tell you that there may be a budding rivalry there. But our kids are excited to play football. I'll tell you, in this day and age, what they're more excited about than anything is you get to play an away game, which is theoretically a home game for us.
Right.
Our game routine is they get to sleep in their own beds. We do a pregame meal at the same place. Everything is the exact same, except for we take a little bus ride. But you asked, are we a little more excited than usual? Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's all we could ask for. I mean, we probably do overhype, but we just came off the Utah BYU rivalry. Here we go the next
war.
week.
We need
and for us down south, we need something to get excited about when we can, and that's what we've got this week. I'm fired up for the game Saturday, Coach. I can't help it. I don't care what your records are. I'm still fired up when you guys play each other.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah. Now, Coach Delane Fitzgerald, SUU head football coach, hanging out with us here on the show. Coach, what are some keys? What are some things you're stressing with the guys? I mean, it was a tight one last year. Have you went back and watched last year's film, or with so many newcomers to your program and especially their program, do you not even worry about last year's tape?
Yeah, no one on our staff has looked at last year's tape. We underachieved in last year's game, and we played that game on Saturday, and it finished up our season. We won in either overtime or double overtime. We watched the game as a staff the following week, and then we haven't watched it since then. You mentioned the players have changed. The players are different, a lot of different players in this game. A bunch of their best players and a bunch of our best players weren't on our roster last year. And you've got some different coaching dynamics last year. Their offensive line coaches changed. They got Ron Hudson running the offensive line, and they're much improved up front. So they're different there. We've got different play caller on defense, different coaches on defense. So there's some changes there. It doesn't make it worth your time to go back and watch last year's film. But I'll say this about the rivalry games that you promote. We haven't played one yet, and we played them, this is our fifth time? This is our fifth time playing them in 4 years, and they've all been really tight.
Yeah. 3-point game most of the time. It'll be interesting. The FCS lines don't come out till Saturday, so we'll have to see what the odds makers think, but we won't know that for a couple more days. Delane Fitzgerald hanging out with us here. How is the response of all your close games and with all the momentum swings that you alluded to earlier when we were talking? How do you teach your team to respond when things have not went your way? Because I was pretty bullish on you, Coach. I'm not going to lie. I told Paul you guys are going to win 8+ games and you guys were going to make the playoffs this year. And now I'm looking at your schedule and I'm looking at it where you guys probably have to win out. If you win out, I still think you get in. So I don't think I'm wrong yet. But what are your thoughts on that and where you're at right now today?
Yeah, keep getting told that if we win out that we're in the playoffs, but let's just worry about Saturday for now. Let's only focus on the task at hand, which is Utah Tech. You talked about the close losses, and we've discussed earlier in this show about finishing, and we needed to finish better than we finished. And we need to learn to be winners and carry ourselves that way and learn to be successful. But Devin, I will tell you this one, and it's unfortunate in life, but it's the way things are. You learn a ton more about yourself and about your teammates and about life from adversity than you do from prosperity. And those tough losses with our players have been monumental learning experiences for them going forward, because they've learned a lot about themselves and about the guys around them and about life from those tough losses. And here is on our schedule. I liked our schedule too, and I still like our schedule. I still look back and say we had a really, really good schedule. But you've got to dust off a San Diego team that's not as good as you, even though you're on the road and you took a 7.5-hour bus trip. You got to win that game. You got to be tougher than we were in that situation. And his game should have never went into overtime. But then you turn around and we played 5 straight after that. We played 5 straight ranked opponents after that game, I believe. If you belong in the playoffs, you got to win at least half of those ranked opponent games, at least half.
Mm. Yeah, good stuff. I agree. Still though, some games to be played, some big games to be played, and including the next one, like you said, next one you're worrying about is 6 o'clock, Greater Zion Stadium, and I'm hearing it's going to be a sellout crowd, and I'm sure it's always rocking, whether it's your place or their place. It should be fun, and can't wait to see you over at Greater Zion Stadium. And Coach, we always appreciate you carving out some time for us here on the radio.
Devin, do you think there's something abrasive I could say to make it a sellout? Because I'll bet you this.
I like that.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to. From what I'm hearing, Coach, there's just a splattering of tickets available, and by the rest of the end of the week, it should be sold out. So you can save that for next time. You don't have to get in any trouble today, Coach.
Marketing ploy, they're not even close to sold out. The marketing and branding departments at the schools have learned to do this to make people buy tickets. I'll do Devin, the nicest golf course in St. George right now is at Black Desert. Is that it?
Yeah, they're playing the PGA Tour this morning, first round. Yeah.
I'll bet you 18 holes at Black Desert that it's not sold out Saturday night.
Okay.
Southern Utah.
Oh,
do I
did you
dare?
hear that?
Yeah, those
Yeah.
visitor stands better be packed. We got to
right.
see that visitor section full over there and the home side.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do it, Coach. Let's do it. I want to take you golfing
Gauntlet.
anyway. We got a deal. We got a deal. Let's go. Delane Fitzgerald, you're the best, Coach. Have fun. We'll see you Saturday night.
Thanks, guys. Go Thunderbirds.
All right.
Yes.
T-Birds head football coach live with us here on the Fan Sports Network. Got to get to a quick timeout. Lots more sports talk coming up when we come back. Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm always smiling when Coach Fitzgerald joins us on the show.
He doesn't think it's a rivalry, by the way. So maybe next time we have him on, you probably lay off the rivalry talk.
I don't. It's a budding rivalry.
Okay.
You got to build a rivalry.
You got to build it, yeah.
It's only been 6 games. I understand that. But they weren't in the same conference. Now they are.
I get it. I mean, this is
I know they haven't played 100 times, like your backyard brawl, Paulie. I understand that. Tell me something I don't know.
I'm not comparing it to the backyard brawl. I'm just saying this is now, I think, 3 years running where he said it's not a rivalry.
But he always comes on leading up to the big game, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, we like it.
These campuses are 45 minutes apart.
We have different views on the rivalry, and I think Delane, thinks it's not, and we think it is, and
I don't think it's reached its full potential, but I still would categorize it as a rivalry.
Yeah,
it's. Come on, dude. Who's Utah Tech's biggest rival?
It's a geographic rival.
Who's Utah?
Do they hate each other? I don't know. Do they hate each other?
Sure.
I mean, I don't know.
Sure.
The longevity plays a factor. Close games like last year overtime, that's a heartbreaking loss for Utah Tech. That adds to the rivalry. But like Delane says, they've only met 5 times in the past 50 years or whatever.
Is it, one loss Utah and undefeated BYU like we had last week?
But it doesn't have to be one loss Utah and undefeated BYU. Utah was terrible last year, and it was still an epic game, a field goal winner, like all that. And last year's game between SUU and Utah
Coach
Tech,
said, they've always played close.
They have.
Yeah.
I think there's been one blowout in the 5 years they played.
The year they played twice.
Yeah.
No. Utah Tech.
They split that year.
Yeah, Utah Tech blew out SUU in that game.
Both won on the road that year. Is that post-COVID?
No, I think SUU.
The spring season. You're talking about the spring season.
No, I'm talking about the year with Gabalis and Joey Hobart and all those guys. The second time they played, the final game of the season, Utah Tech put up 46 points and was high flying, and that was when the offense was really turning the page and becoming really good. So, but in the first meeting, we all went. Remember, we the whole Canyon Media crew went up to SUU and we did a pregame show. You guys did the game,
we were trying to figure out the internet. I remember it well. The mobile set. We were trying to move it around behind the end zone.
There was a lot of
we had to run
factors
a
at play.
wire. I remember it well.
Yeah,
yes.
and SUU won that game.
Correct.
But Utah Tech won the replay in that season.
Look, all I'm saying is I've really enjoyed getting to know Delane Fitzgerald.
He's great. Yeah.
I mean, I did play-by-play for SUU for 4 seasons. There's still some friends that I made that are on that staff.
Sure.
And I've really enjoyed the conversations with Lance Anderson. I think they're 2 coaches that are taking their programs in the right direction. And there's only one winner on Saturday, and I'm excited about it. Sorry.
I'm not saying you
I'm
have to be
calling it
excited.
a rivalry.
I'm saying calling it a rivalry. I kind of took the other side on that a long time as well. And Delane agrees with me on that thing. I don't think it's a rivalry yet, personally, but that's
maybe
just
not between the colleges.
Geographic. I think it's a geographic rival, but I don't think they hate each other at this
when
point.
they have a name or a trophy they play for,
right?
True.
It's considered a rivalry in the eyes of someone.
Yeah.
At each university.
Correct.
Okay.
But when the head coach of the football team doesn't think it's a rivalry, I kind of rest my case there.
I think a lot of the locals, though, still consider it a rivalry because even in high school back in the day, it wasn't like Dixie and Cedar. They hated each other.
Yeah.
That was
And
brawls
that
that
was
would break out in the
huge
park. I've heard stories. I've heard, gasoline the other team's football field. And I've heard it all from back in the
It was
heyday.
a big deal, and that was for high school.
Problem
so
is
a lot of locals.
You can't get away with the shenanigans nowadays.
No.
You're going to get caught.
That's right.
I don't think we need to overhype this, but it's still 2 campuses, 45 minutes. I call it the feud on 15. I think Coach agreed that it is a rivalry in the recruiting front.
It is a rivalry in the recruiting front because they go after the same kids.
They go after the same kids.
Anderson
we beat those
said
guys
that
last
on
year.
the Zoom.
Yeah.
They both echoed that sentiment.
Yep.
Both coaches. So, yes, it is a rivalry for recruiting. It's a geographic rivalry. But do I think that they hate each other? I don't know that it's there yet, but that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I know they both want to win this game just as much as any other game.
Absolutely. Maybe a little more, being that it's a close proximity.
Yeah. Look, I mean, they got a lot of newcomers to this game.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help with rivalries either, because you don't have the same guys playing the same team over and over again and getting in the same battles in the trenches and all that stuff. But, yeah, I mean, it is a geographic rivalry. I'll give you that for sure.
Show today brought to you by Kabuto's Sushi and Ramen Bar, and they got a Halloween costume party and karaoke on Thursday, October 30th. Make plans to join that. Paulie is going to go as...
a Dalmatian, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a dog suit.
Okay.
Yeah, you've seen the dog suit before.
Yeah, we have.
Peaches.
Yeah, Peaches the dog.
Peaches. Paulie the Peaches is going to be singing some,
Country
more than
Roads or something.
Some Boston, more than a
Maybe
feeling.
more than a feeling. I like that.
Yeah. We've got the show today brought to you by our friends at Zag as well, where you can win some Kabuto gift certificates if you make the picks of the week. So make sure you got till tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, because we've got high school football, 2 games on the slate. We've got Desert Hills at Green Canyon. We've got Dixie at Highland on the picks of the week. The rest are college and pro game Saturday, Sunday. So you can get your picks in by 6 o'clock tomorrow night. So do it right now. Do it when you get to the office. Do it on your phone right now. Just go to the fansportsnetwork.com. Click on Zag's picks of the week. Put your name, your email, and then quickly make your picks. We timed it. We had 30 seconds is all it takes to quickly go through and check the boxes and fill in the form and get your picks submitted. There's a total points tiebreaker at the end. If you think it's going to be 24-21, you say 45 points, and then off you go. And by the way, Devin won last week. Robbie and Marcus, they all went 8 out of 10. So it came down to the tiebreaker to determine first, second, third. So that total points tiebreaker is used almost every single week to break, because there's only 10 games. Some weeks it's 9 for 10. We've only had one person, I think, or 2 winners go 10 for 10, and we're 8 weeks into this thing.
Okay.
The cool thing is Devin, by winning the tiebreaker, he's in the playoff pickoff at the end of the year for the grand prize package.
Oh, there we go.
Bunch of food, bunch of golf, bunch of prizes from our sponsors. It's going to be a nice, over $1,000 grand prize package. It's going to be a sweet package and you're going to pick some of the playoff college football slate. And we're going to do. I think we're going to do like the kind of the college bowl season. You're going to pick all the college bowl games, and whoever wins that, we'll give out the grand prize package right around the first of the year, first part of January.
And we detailed how bowl season might be fixed in an earlier show. They moved the portal window back, so we're going to see more of the players we're used to.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so I think in a bowl season will be better. Last year, the bowls, I hated bowl season last year. It was not the college football playoff was awesome, but bowl season sucked.
Really quickly before we run out of time here, I caught up with David Lickety from Utah Tech. He was one of the ones that got a sponsor exemption. So second hour, right out of the gate, we're going to get you those comments, because the first tee time this morning is 7:55. We are closing in on about 5 minutes, away from year 2 at Black Desert Resort. It's
excited.
The Bank of Utah Championships. And I was out there yesterday, and we'll have a couple clips for you, including that one. It was really fun to get to know David. He's a freshman for Brad Sutterfield. He, living in St. George, playing for Utah Tech on their golf team. Went over and caught up with him at the practice range yesterday. Had a nice chat. He went inside the bag and showed us what was in his bag. It was kind of fun. So if you're watching on the stream second hour, you're going to see kind of what he's got in the bag going into his. He's got an afternoon tee time. He doesn't tee off till like 2. He's like the 2:25. He's the very last tee time.
Yeah.
He is not going to finish. He's probably going to have 3 or 4 holes that he will have to come out the next morning and finish. We saw that last year just with the shorter days and the size of the field. I remember last year Jadon Blake was playing on a sponsor exemption, making his 500th career PGA start. What a cool story that was.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
In the inaugural.
It was an awesome storyline.
Yeah, and he had to come back out the next morning and then had to turn around and play 3 or 4 holes and then go right back out to his second round tee time. So we're going to be kind of in a situation again with that, where I don't think everybody in those afternoon waves, probably the last 3 or 4 or 5 groups, or not maybe 6, 7 groups, not going to finish before darkness tonight.
Yeah.
And a little bit of overnight rain. It should be a little softer conditions out there at Black Desert. There's some big names going off this morning, Paulie.
Yeah.
I really feel like we had J.J. Spawn and Ben Griffin, and we had some Matt McCarty last year, the winner.
Yeah,
Matt-
Spawn's a bigger name as of last year after the year completed. But when he was at Black Desert, he hadn't won a major yet.
Right.
So he was kind of a, not exactly a huge name.
And now
yet.
he doesn't have to play in the fall season.
That's right. He won the U.S. Open.
Oh yeah, he's got exemptions for years now, and he's set up. And but there are a lot of guys. There's only this one and one more in the wraparound season. There's only 2 left. So you got guys that are sitting down there, from 100 to 200 in the rankings, the FedEx Cup rankings, that are fighting for their tour card. They're fighting for status or partial status. There is plenty of motivation. If we get some time, second hour, we'll play some of the Alex Noren clip. The reason he's here is he's 8th in the DP World Tour rankings. He needs to stay in the top 10, and he needs to stay in the top 100 on the PGA Tour. Here's a guy splitting his time up 2 tours, playing really well. He's 17th in the world.
Yeah, that's
but when
a
you're
big
playing
name.
2 tours, you can't play a full schedule.
Sure.
So you got to be selective. And he said for him, it's better that he plays in the fall than take extended times off to stay sharp. So every player's different. He's actually the highest ranked player in the world here.
In the field.
In the field.
The biggest name, I would say, is probably Jason Day.
Probably
correct?
Jason Day.
Yeah. Is he going to be wearing his Malbon gear today? I know that's been really criticized throughout his time wearing it.
I don't love it, but my son thinks it's cool.
Your son likes it. I don't love it either, but
he's a little baggy for me.
It is a little baggy.
But some people dig it.
Yeah, some people love the style,
Yeah. I mean, look, there's plenty of big names. Kristen Buzenholt's a big name.
Yeah.
I think people know who Aldrich Potgieter is.
Yes.
Michael Thornbjornsen is the favorite, which is the big surprise to me. Not Olesen, Michael Thornbjornsen. I mean, I was really surprised the American is the odds-on favorite, about 15, 16 to 1 to win this tournament.
And you were going through like Sahith is like 60
Sahith
to
Theegala
1, Jason Day like 30 to 1, 35 to 1 Like you can get some big names.
Brant Snedeker is like 150 to 200 to 1.
200, yeah, that's right.
And I love sneak. I walked right past.
Be sneaky.
I was watching Cameron Champ do some chipping yesterday. And there's guys that can get hot. Harry Higgs can get hot.
Jaeger bombs.
Steven Jaeger. He took second last year.
He could get there.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a good field. Maverick McNeely, Matt McCarty, Billy Horschel is kind of the featured afternoon tee time. They go off at 108.
Oh, nice.
And then 119 behind them is Kitayama, Homa, and Alex Noren. So that's kind of your afternoon featured time. In the morning, you've got some nice tee times as well. Theegala is going off at 8:28 with Jason Day.
Yeah, that's an awesome.
So that's kind of your morning featured pairing.
Yeah.
And then you got all the Utah guys. All the Utah guys that are going to be playing in. Kihei Akina is going off this morning, but a lot of the other guys are going off in the afternoon. So really looking forward to seeing how this plays out. So much fun. So much fun. We might even get Mason Anderson, PGA player, to jump on the show second hour if we get time. So we'll hear from David Lickety. Lots more on Black Desert next hour, plus some other stuff we'll get to, but we got to get to a timeout. Hour 2 coming up when we come back. Whoa. Now we're talking.
Yeah. Robin loves those moves.
Nothing like a goodie but an oldie on the drive. Throwdown Thursday, sports fans. Balls are flying at Black Desert. They are off. They are teeing off as we speak. The first groups today. Year 2, here we go. Paulie said at the break, he's like, I know this is like having the Super Bowl in your hometown, Devin. As much as you love golf, he's like, this is big, and it does give me a reason, because I could probably, Paulie, no lie, I think I could, I know I could do a 2-hour golf show without a doubt. Without a doubt, every single day. I do love talking golf, whether it's Live or DP World or majors or up and comers. I mean, I follow the Utah golf scene. I follow the college golf scene. I follow a lot of golf. And I know you don't play. You're a hack. And so I understand that you're limited. You get up for the majors, though. I will give you credit. Yeah. You do get up for the majors, and you do even watch the major championships.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
And every once in a while, Paulie will join a little DraftKings golf pool.
I think I've been in like 3 or 4
out of about 400.
Out of like 400.
The odds are very.
I won one of them though. That was incredible.
Yeah, and then you took your $8 and ran.
That's right, and ran.
Yeah. $2 a week, and Paulie's been in 3 times. It's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. He wins one, and he's like, I'm even.
I'm going out on top. Yeah.
It's just a couple buddies. We just pick players,
like
build a little team, and have fun. Yeah, that's
fun.
I do like that fantasy aspect.
It is fun. I actually, is that thing going this week? I kind of want to get in it.
It's too late. It locked an hour ago.
Yeah.
It locked an hour ago.
Okay, well, all right.
Yeah, I put my picks in yesterday. You want to hear my team?
Yeah, let's hear it.
This is the team.
Poke holes.
Yeah, you can. This is the team I put together for the year 2, the Bank of Utah Championship.
Hold on, before you even say it, I know a few guys that might already be on it.
Okay,
I think Fishburne's on it. Is he on it?
By the way, we have 5 people in this week.
Okay,
you would have been 6 if you had not forgotten.
Okay,
and
Fishburne, is he on there?
You want to?
No, is he on your team? Before you read the team, I just want to guess. Did you go with Fishburne?
No.
Okay. All right. No. That's surprising. All right.
I do like Patrick Fishburne, Utah golfer.
He's your guy, yeah.
But I hesitated. I think he'll play better this year, but he did not play well at this tournament. He missed the cut here last year.
Okay.
I don't feel like this is like just a bomber's course. This is like precise irons, and you have to putt it exceptionally well. And you have to hit it straight and stay out of the lava. The fairway's sure wide, but this rough is a penal area.
Yeah.
And then if you go beyond the rough, there was 201 lava penalty strokes last year. That set a PGA Tour record. Okay. You want to guess anybody else? Or you want me to tell you the team?
No, you can tell me the team. I just thought he'd be on there.
Maverick McNeely.
Okay.
Emiliano Grillo. Matt McCarty, defending champ. I had to put Matty in there. Steven Yeager took second last year. Joe Highsmith made the cut and had a top 25 finish. And then Rio Hestune.
Okay.
Was kind of my flyer lie. I didn't have a lot of budget left, but but he played last year and also made the cut.
All right, made the cut. That's what you need all your guys to make the cut.
So
on
Mav
your fantasy
McNeely
team.
is the only guy that didn't play in this tournament last year on my team, because I think once you've played the course for 4 rounds, that's an advantage.
Okay.
A practice 9-hole pro-am and then an 18-hole practice round. I don't think that really helps you, because they put the pins in the middle of the greens for the pro-am and it's easy, and then they tuck everything. It's a different golf course.
Yeah.
And so I think the advantage is to those guys where you do have 7 or 8 blind shots on this golf course, advantage guys that can pick the line.
I agree.
So that was kind of my thinking on that. Speaking of interviews yesterday, I got over to the media center and I was listening in on the Alex Noren, was hanging out listening to Matt McCarty, and then I was talking with Patrick Manning, the managing partner of Black Desert, his dream, his idea. He's the one that's kind of pushed this forward, obviously part of Recapital. And they've come a long way since last year. I mean, as you go out there, Latitude, their biscuits and gravy I had yesterday, Paulie, with a little over medium eggs.
Yeah. That sounds pretty good.
I think I'm going to go back and have that again today, or the Eggs Benedict. A couple people at the table ordered the Eggs Benedict, and I love Eggs Benedict.
I do too. Yeah.
And then they have this. at Latitude, which is one of the restaurants. And people don't realize these restaurants are open to the public. So if you're going to Black Desert to watch today, you can just go into Latitude and have breakfast. If you want to get a tea, after you're done, you want to go up to the steakhouse Basalt and get a reservation, you can, which is kind of cool. But anyway, they had this banana Foster French toast with banana, and I love bananas. So if you don't like bananas, you probably wouldn't like this. But if you like bananas like I do, it looked delicious. So there's a few other things on the menu. They got the green power packed smoothies out there, like really cool, really cool. Anyway, I digress. Here is my interview with Utah Tech golfer David Lickety, who got one of the sponsor exemptions. I don't know if you saw. I put it on my Instagram story at Dev Dixon if you want to follow Patrick Manning. Kind of joking around, asking him if he wanted to see. I think he said see a picture of his dog. Hey, David, you want to see a picture of my new dog? And so he walks over like he's going to show him a picture of the dog. And it's actually the sponsor exemption invitation.
Nice.
And they did it at Black Desert because Utah Tech has their practice facility there, and that's their home course now. And it was really cool. So they videoed all that, and it was on social media. So when I saw David yesterday, and I asked Patrick, I'd like to chat with him. David was more than happy to stop by and chat with us. We were over on the driving range practice facility, and here's what David had to say about his first ever PGA Tour start, this freshman golfer at Utah Tech University. David Lickety with me here, one of the sponsor exemptions from Utah, also freshman for Brad Sutterfield at Utah Tech. David, congrats on your first PGA start. Tell me how you got the news and how excited you were.
Yeah, I think the video blew up on Instagram yesterday. But yeah, they got a video of, Patrick Manning was like, "You want to see a picture of my new dog?" Everyone was like, "Yeah, sure." And then he pulls out a plaque out of his car and he's like, "Here you go," and said PGA Tour exemption. I was just so excited for that. So.
Any kid dreams about playing on the PGA Tour. You said you were probably 2 when you started thinking about it.
I don't know exactly. It was about as young as I can remember. I think my mom put some clubs in my hands and I was like, about as soon as I could walk. So, yeah, it's always been my dream as long as I can remember.
What's changed between finding out you're playing and your preparation for your first PGA Tour start in the town you're currently living in, where the university you're playing golf is at?
Yeah, I mean, it's been incredible. So much support from, Utah Tech, from just everyone. Like, it's been incredible. Just trying to put as much prep work as I can into this. Like, I haven't played the best in some of the college events the last couple months, so just trying to get that dialed, just for college as well as for this tournament. Like, just trying to get my game where I need it to be, and then just go out and have fun. So.
Talk to me a little bit. Let's go inside the bag, and then we're going to talk more about it. Tell everybody what you got in the bag.
So right now we got the QI35. I am all over. QI35 driver, Utah Tech head cover.
Love it.
Love it. And then I'm trying this thing out. It's the Ping G440 3-wood. Just got it from the truck yesterday. So it's been really good actually.
Sweet.
And then I got Shrixon 3-iron. Shrixon irons, like, I kind of have a combo set right now. They're blades in the lower clubs, and then higher clubs got a little bit more forgiveness. And then I have Vokey wedges. I go 58, 54, 50. And then little Scotty Cameron putter. This thing's been sweet.
Phantom?
I've been using it. Yeah, Phantom 7.5. I've been using it for about like 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
So
I recognize that putter.
It's been a good one for a while.
David, any advice you've gotten from maybe playing practicing yesterday from any other tour players or from your coach or your caddy or anybody else?
Yeah, naturally I've tried to meet some of the players that have been here. Like, I think I talked to Jason Day a little bit. I talked to Billy Horschel just barely. And the advice they've been giving me is great. Of just like, Billy kind of talked about there's certain parts of the game that, like, every part of the game is important, but there's certain parts of the game that separate like good players from great players. And just like kind of dialing in my iron game, making sure like I'm able to hit like 5-yard window, like know exactly how far I'm hitting each club. And yeah, just I've got some great advice of just like, you're good enough to play in this. Just go have fun, do your best, and yeah, they've all been really great.
How crazy? Try to put it into words for me. You're going to high school in Farmington, Utah. You're on a mission. Now you're at Utah Tech, and now you're playing in the PGA Tour. It's all happened so fast, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. Yeah, I committed to Utah Tech in like 2022 or something. I've been excited for the last like 3 years. Like, oh, I got to go play. And then like the mission I did was great. Like, I did a service mission in Utah. It was like an at-home mission. And I love that so much. It was so cool. And then, yeah, getting to start at Utah Tech has been surreal. It's been a lot of fun just traveling around. I think I've been on more airplanes in the last couple months than I have in the last couple years. So it's been a lot of fun.
Talk to me about the mindset. Do you believe you can go make the cut this weekend?
I believe I can. I know, like, I have to play good, obviously. Like, I can't say that on camera, do it here, but, like, I have to give it my all and do my best. But I do firmly believe that, like, if I play solid golf, like, I can make this cut. Yeah, like.
Yeah, and Kihei Kina, who also got another sponsor exemption, he played last year. He was a shot away from the cut. A shot away. Yeah. And you played a lot with him, and you guys know your game is somewhat comparable, right?
Yeah, Kihei's. I've said this a couple times. I think he might have the purest swing in Utah. Like, it's so butter. But yeah, like, competing against Kihei, and like, it's so cool. Like, seeing like me and like Kihei and like guys I've been playing against for years in like junior golf, and then it's like, oh, we're on the PGA Tour now. Like, it's just been so cool.
David Lickety with me here. What's the feeling from home? Parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, grandma, grandpa, like everybody. How many people are coming to watch you this weekend?
More people are coming to watch me this week than I've probably ever played in front of. So, yeah, my whole family's coming down. Aunts, uncles, my mom's coming. Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. A lot of friends coming down, too. It's unbelievable.
You know, have you thought through that first tee, and how do you get the nerves to settle so that you can make solid contact and get off to a hot start?
Yeah, for sure. I think, like, I generally get more nervous before a tournament, and then kind of once I get going, it kind of settles down. So I'm praying that happens, so that I kind of settle into it. But just, like, recognizing that you are nervous, but also, like, it's a good kind of nervous. Like, I wouldn't trade this kind of nervous for anything. Like, it's a cool thing, and I can't wait to go out there and just go compete, have fun, play my game.
I know you want to get to some practice. So final question: What do you think of the pairing?
I played with Ben Silverman yesterday, and he knew both the players, and he was like, "Great group. I'm kind of jealous of your group." So I'm really excited. Yeah, they look like really good players. So.
Good stuff. Your caddy, Cooper. Tell me about Coop. Is he a good green reader?
Yeah, he's a really good green reader. I think I might not be a great green reader, because sometimes we're looking at it and he's like, "You're wrong." And I'm like, "Oh boy." So we'll get that dialed this week. Yeah, he's a great player. I've played against him for years, and like, he beats me plenty. So yeah, he's a great player.
Well, thanks for stopping by. I know everybody here on the Fan Sports Network watching and listening is going to be rooting like crazy since you're here at Utah Tech and you're a Utah kid, man. So go get them, and good luck making the cut and playing the weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That was fun. Matt McCarty, Alex Dorn. If we get time, we'll get some other clips. But that was David Lickety. This kid, I mean, unbelievable talent. He believes he can make the cut. I mean, Kihei Kina believed he could make the cut, and he said he was so nervous he just didn't putt well. You got to make putts at Black Desert. By the way, the first two groups have played the first hole. They are moving right along on to hole 2 and hole 11. Guys on the course: Ryan Palmer, Grayson Sigg, Isaiah Salinda, Hayden Buckley, Rico Hoey, and Thornbjorn Olesen.
The favorite?
No.
Oh, no, not Thornborn.
No, Michael Thornbjorn Olesen is the favorite. Okay. Thornbjorn Olesen is not the favorite.
That's right. You're
different
right.
guy.
Okay.
But both similar names.
Very similar.
But Michael being the key difference in the first name.
Jump the gun there.
Yeah. But Sam Ryder, Max McGreevy, Paul Peterson, Andrew Putnam, Justin Lauer, Chandler Phillips, they're all on hole 1 now, too. So the second groups are out on the course. And we're all heading over after the show.
Yeah.
We're all going to be taking in some golf today. If you want to go to blackdesertevents.com or bankofutahchampionship.com, you can get tickets. All the ticketing is digital, so don't go to the course and try to buy a paper ticket. It's all digital. You can get your tickets, and then you can head over and just use your phone to get in. That's kind of the new wave.
The new age.
If you haven't been to a concert or a professional sports game.
So at the Mammoth game, it's totally no cash.
You know what's cool, though?
No cash.
Utah Tech gave me some SUU at Utah Tech football tickets, and we actually have a paper tickets.
Yeah, I like
to give
paper
away
tickets.
to our listeners. You thought that this was not happening
thing
anymore?
of the past,
I stopped by. They printed me some tickets
I
so
like
we
the
could give them
printing.
right to our winner.
No Wi-Fi issues. I remember going to the Rose Bowl and like trying to get in right at the gate. All these people were trying to get their tickets ready and stuff, and it was like bogging down the Wi-Fi. I had to walk like a half mile away just to be able to get in coverage to be able to download the tickets.
Yeah.
So I love hard paper tickets like those.
By the way, if you text in rivals to 435-990-9950, keyword rivals, will put you in the drawing for these tickets. Also, in just a minute, we're going to take a call. We're going to give away a second pair of tickets to Saturday night's football game between the T-Birds and the Blazers.
Nice.
So same number, 435-990-9950. Really quickly, Paul, we really haven't probably done justice to the Jazz opening season win last night.
Correct.
And there's also this really disturbing breaking news that we talked about right at the top of the show with Chauncey Billups, coach of the Portland Trailblazers, arrested. Also, Miami Heat 31-year-old player Terry Rozier arrested, both tied to gambling. The Billups thing is a poker game with ties to the mafia. The Rozier thing is a player prop thing where he left the game and only played 10 minutes, and it was like $13,000 in 2023 wagered on unders on him. So there's a little insider trading going on there, and it's very suspicious. The league looked into the Rozier thing, and now they're bringing this back to the forefront.
Yeah.
And, trying to protect the integrity of the league. And, Adam Silver thinking about trying to ask partners to take these player props down.
I would think so. I think that
that will fix the Rozier thing. That doesn't have anything to do with the Billups thing, though. This Billups thing is the scarier scenario for me.
It is. The Billups thing is a head coach, so it's definitely an alarming headline.
Ties to the mafia?
But Porter, now Rozier, now I think there's just going to be more and more until they eliminate the player prop thing. And I think it's just going to be a growing concern that's going to just get to more and more and more, and then it's just going to be like an open flame burning that you got to put it out. So I think player props, they're fun for the customers, they're fun for the bettors.
It's just,
but it can hurt the integrity of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you've got guys that can throw off, and people can profit that, and they're getting more onto it. We've seen, the Murray thing. We've seen a couple of arrests.
FBI probes everywhere.
We've seen, even in the NFL, a couple cases where players have got suspended. Jameson Williams. I mean, there's been a few. There's been a few.
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah. Yep. So, as a player, you just, you got this entourage of people who are like, hey, man, how many yards you can eat? Like, I'm going to play the game I love. You got to stay away from that kind of stuff. And it's a player. It's probably
Even
difficult with your buddies.
Not just players, but my buddy's sister works for the Raiders now. She's not allowed to bet on any NFL games at all. Like any team employee, and whether you're the equipment manager, the PR director, it doesn't matter. If you're involved with an NFL franchise.
It's too bad, because if you're betting against the Raiders, you could have made a killing this year.
Probably, yes. Well, not probably, absolutely.
Oh, betting Geno's unders would be a lock every week.
Somebody's in this room has Geno on his fantasy team, so be nice.
Yeah.
Be
I threw you a trade and you didn't accept it quick enough.
That's right. Yeah, I did see that it was proposed.
Yeah.
And then it was rescinded.
It was quickly rescinded.
Well, I was giving you a 3 for 2, and I was giving you.
It was definitely slanted in my favor.
Yeah, I was. And look, I don't have. I wanted Jonathan Taylor, and Jonathan Taylor, you're going to get a bag in return.
Yes.
So I mean, I think, really, I think AJ Brown and probably one of the quarterbacks,
would
and
probably get
Jordan
done
Love.
for you.
Jordan Love and AJ Brown for Jonathan Taylor, I think, is a fair trade.
That's right. But I, at 1-6 or whatever I am, I got to fleece somebody to get back into the league, like to get back in the playoff hunt. So I was trying to fleece you. I tried to fleece Tara. I've tried to fleece a lot of people, and no one's down for my deals. Dale, I think, if he's listening today, I think
he tried to propose a trade to me too, and I was just like, I don't need another receiver. He's trying to offer me a receiver for a quarterback. I'm like, do you need a quarterback? I thought Paulie was the one that needed a quarterback.
I think in a 2 QB league with all the injuries at the position, I think that a lot of people need them.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, we're going to talk some college and pro football here in just a minute. Lee Sterling's going to jump on in about 11 minutes. But in the meantime, let's take a quick break. When we come back, let's recap the Jazz game last night. Huge season opening win for the Jazz. Jazz Nation should be, cautiously optimistic about the start of the season last night. We'll go inside the box score, tell you what happened if you missed the game when we come back. How about those Utah Jazz last night? Season opener. With it us settled, it was your Utah Jazz 129 to 108. Paulie, who saw this coming?
Nobody.
Clippers were
Well, you
10.5-point favorites. I said, I take the Jazz at home plus the 10. That's way
I
too
think the
many
10
points.
you said, but no on the money line.
No.
Which is the winning factor,
No.
which they did complete last
But
night.
I thought they would compete, and I thought it would be close.
Yeah.
I didn't see them winning by 21. I mean, I didn't say the Jazz are going to blow out the Clippers. They led by 40 at one point last night.
Mm-hmm.
The Jazz dropped 43 points in the first quarter.
Correct.
They're
They
up
came out dominant.
43 to 19 and never really looked back. They outscored the Clippers by 7 more in the second quarter. And the second half, they were so far ahead, they kind of rested some guys, went a little deeper into the bench. Walker Kessler ends up. Crashler. Where's that breaking glass?
He led the scoring. How about that?
He did.
I mean, everyone was kind of concerned about him. He was talked about in the offseason as a trade piece potentially. But I think the Jazz may have their center of the future. 7 of 7 field goals, 2 of 2 from 3-point range, showing a little bit of that 3-point shot he's got now.
Highly motivated Walker Crashler.
I think it's a contract year.
It's a contract year. And he was a little frustrated. If you remember at media day, he's like, it's kind of stalled out. It's been a little bit frustrating.
And on the Jazz's defense, why would they want to actively negotiate? I mean, he hasn't shown much since the rookie year.
Yep. So he is a highly motivated budding star, potentially playing that big man role there. I really like Markkanen, Filipowski, and Kessler together. That is a dynamic scoring big trio, right? Because Filipowski he didn't shoot the three. He was only 1 of 6 from 3 last night, but he shot it well at Duke, and he shot it well at times last year in his rookie season. He is truly a stretch 4 type player, stretch 3 type player, where he can shoot the 3. Markkanen can shoot the 3. Markkanen was 4 of 7 from distance last night. Even Kessler has improved his 3-point shot. He was 2 for 2 last night.
2 for 2, yeah. And what a welcome sight it is to have Taylor Hendricks back after that horrific injury last year.
Yes.
He had the 13 points off the bench on 4 of 6 shooting, and he was 2 for 3 from 3-point range. So they got some rangy shooters with their bigs.
And look, Sensabaugh and Hendricks, those are 2 guys that they took really high in first-round draft picks that really haven't. And Hendricks, in his defense, missed the whole season last year, and so he's only played 1 year in the league. And there's a big growth year, your rookie year. But he was a top 10 pick in Taylor Hendricks, who worked really hard. To see him, stay around the team and stay up and play 19 minutes and have 5 rebounds and 13 points last night, that is huge off the bench. And then Bryce Sensabaugh scores 20 off the bench last night.
The only thing, everything was beautiful. You had a 40-point lead. You win by 21. It's a home game. The home fans are excited going home. But the only thing, if you were to poke holes in this game, is Ace Bailey.
No, not really.
Ace didn't play great.
No, not really.
20 minutes.
No. He was on a pitch count. He was on a minute restriction.
I know, but when playing, he didn't really factor into the game.
No, he had an impact on the game. He had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, only 1 turnover in 20 minutes.
This was a guy billed for his offensive prowess.
You're just looking at points.
This was a guy billed for his offensive prowess.
But that is not 100%.
His defensive rebounds.
That is not 100%. He was on a minute restriction.
That's all bonus ball. If you get rebounds and assists and all that, you want scoring from your number 5.
Didn't need it last night. They scored 129 points.
I know.
It's a team game,
I'm just
Paulie.
saying the rest of the team played well. I'm not saying they didn't. I'm just saying if you're a Jazz fan, there was a lot of excitement about Ace.
There still is.
And there still is, but last night wasn't the greatest.
You're making it sound like, Ace Bailey.
It's not like he was on a pitch count if he played 20 minutes.
That was his minutes.
That's a solid amount of time on a floor in an NBA game to only put up 2 points. I'm just saying. And I've been Ace's biggest supporter. I wanted the Wizards to take him. I said he's the 2nd best player in this draft behind Cooper Flagg. So I was a little disappointed in his production last
17 threes made for the Jazz last night.
Yeah.
They were casting.
They were.
And they only shot 38% from 3, but that's a decent. Anytime you're at 40% in the association or close to it, it's a good shooting night from distance.
I would argue your boy Walter Clayton had a better debut than Ace
Clayton did
Bailey.
well last night.
He did.
He gave you about 18 minutes off the bench, 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. He's NBA ready. He's a guy that can come in and give you a spark. So really big win for the Utah Jazz. How about them Utah Jazz? 129-108. They hammered down on the LA Clippers, who I think is going to be a good basketball team this year. I do think the Clippers are going to have a good season, but they kind of kept Kawhi in check. Kawhi didn't shoot that much last night, and now the Jazz head to Sacramento.
Yeah, the Kings.
Tomorrow night. Only 2 games tonight in the association. OKC in Indiana, Denver at Golden State. The Jazz will be back in action tomorrow night, 8 o'clock at the Sacramento Kings.
They lost to the Suns in their season opening game, 121-16.
And then they'll be back at home Monday, the 27th. And if you want to win tickets to that game, on Saturday afternoon, Coney Country's giving away some tickets over at Finley Hyundai.
Yeah. The Hawks giving away tickets to the
27th
Monday night game against the Phoenix Suns.
It's the same game.
The same game.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're giving some away as well.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yep, we got 2 pair, and one will given away at sponsored location. The other one on the airwaves on the Hawks.
That's right.
And we'll get some to give away at some point here on the Fan Sports Network as well. Got to take a break. Lee Sterling joins us when we come back. We'll pick some winners for you. Stick with us. Been loaded today. We had Delane Fitzgerald talking Utah Tech and SUU football. We had David Lickety, sponsor exemption. He's teeing it up. Utah Tech golfer. He is going to be going out this afternoon at Black Desert Resort right here in St. George. The PGA Tour is on the golf course this morning. We're all heading over after the show today to take in a little bit of golf, and can't wait to see who wins in year 2 at Black Desert Resort. We've also got a ton of football winners for you with the man himself, Mr. Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com, who joins us right now on the show. Lee, greetings, salutations. How are you on a Thursday?
I'm great. I am really good, beautiful here in Miami, and we're sure you guys are starting to get a little cool occasionally in the evenings. Hasn't been the case. I don't think it's dropped below 72 degrees at night. So, waiting for the temperature getting towards. I love on a. I think last year we had a rare Halloween night where it was like in the high 50s, low 60s. So
Wow.
hopefully that rare cold front comes running through in the next week.
Hey, just curiously, because I know you play golf and you like the game.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of Black Desert on TV last year? And if so, what did you think visually of the newest golf course in St. George, Utah?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping to get down there one day soon. So looks like my schedule finally will open up next summer. So going to take a little time off. Going to spend a bunch of time at my place in Park City. So hope to meet you there. And can you get us on the course?
Yeah, absolutely. If you come to town, I will get us on the golf course. Yep. Come to St. George, and I will make it happen, Lee. I can promise you. Yeah.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. No, I think you'll love it. Just stay out of the lava, buddy. Stay out of the lava.
Okay.
Because
then we all don't. I don't think it's in anyone's plans to be stuck in the lava, right?
Well, I mean, PGA Tour record 201 penalty shots last year at Black Desert because of the lava. Unplayable lies. You can't hit it. That's so jagged. You can't hit it out of that lava without risking a lot of big numbers. So
we have a little bit different hazard here in Florida when I play. It's you can't hit a golf ball when literally an alligator is about 3 or 4 feet away from your golf ball.
Dude, I have never hit a ball with a gator sitting there a couple feet away from me. Is that nerve-wracking? I would freak out.
Oh, yeah.
Do you just pick your ball up and throw it 30 feet and then run over there and hit it?
Oh, you're like,
it's a mulligan. It's an automatic.
Yeah, it's an automatic mulligan. So I'm good at that, and then I throw it about 20, 30 yards forward.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about it.
He uses foot wedge.
You don't realize how fast they are, even for short bursts. They can go 20, 30 yards much faster than we can. So don't my advice, don't ever underestimate an alligator or a crocodile speed.
They're pretty used to golfers, though, right? They're not like attack mode, are they? I mean, is there?
No, not at all.
You just stay out of their area and you leave them alone, like Lee's saying.
Yeah. Last week, another great week for Lee on ParamountSports.com. I think 5 out of 6 on your NFL picks. I think you only missed one last week. 2 and 3 on the show, but you hit the big one everybody cared about in Utah. You had BYU over Utah, Lee.
Yeah, I just thought the matchup, sometimes it's not how good you are, it's the matchup and how well you're playing at that time. So give BYU credit, great game plan, great execution, and, they made it really tough on their offense, and then eventually they hung in there and made some of the key plays. And there wasn't that much difference between the team. Just got to study both of these teams very carefully.
Let's get to some college games. Then we got a couple NFL games to talk about. Let's start with Boise State. Huge win over UNLV last week. They're big favorites against Nevada this week, laying over 3 touchdowns.
So here's the problem for Nevada. They don't score. Only 3 teams average fewer points than Nevada. They're stuck without an FBS win. They do have 3 losses within 3 points. However, that being said, I don't see this game here being close. Boise State's top 25 in many offensive categories. And, as we say, Nevada on the opposite end now. Boise has lost one of their top receivers, and that will hurt some. But I think they've got a lot of depth here. I think they win this game here easy, 42-15.
All right, Lee, next one, we're going to Tempe, Arizona here for the Sun Devils, coming off a win over in my mind, one of the best teams in the country, Texas Tech, but they're welcoming in the 6-1, 3-1 in the Big 12 Houston Cougars. It's kind of been a surprise to a lot of people.
Yeah, I thought last week that Sam Leavitt wasn't at his best against Texas Tech, but he played clean and avoided mistakes. Houston's defense does a really good job of getting off the field to give their offense easier chances to score, a lot of short fields. Kruger's ability to pass, I think, is going to determine if we'll see an upset here. Connor Wegman, he's the guy that started. He was the guy for a while. Texas A&M always been considered, I think, good enough to do it. So here's what I say. wrong team favored. Houston straight up 28-24.
Wow. Lee, wasn't it you that said you liked the win total on Houston this year, like 6.5?
Yeah,
And
that's one of our plays, one of our releases.
Yeah, they would hit that. Aren't they at 5 wins? Wouldn't they hit? Or
they're at 6 wins right now.
So this would put them over if they beat Arizona State, and they still got plenty of games to play.
Yeah.
That looks like a lock of all locks right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Yep. All right. So take Houston, and they are playing the Sun Devils. Is that a home game?
That's home game for ASU.
It's in Arizona State.
ASU, yeah, it's on the road.
Tempe.
Yeah,
okay. All right, let's get to the Utah Utes game, Lee. Utah, 13.5-point favorites, licking their wounds a little bit. You know, Kyle Whittingham having to defend himself on some of those early decisions to go for it on fourth down, citing the analytics side of things. Colorado comes to Rice-Eccles Stadium. Again, almost a 2-touchdown spread for the Utes.
And Colorado, you know, what they were doing was they were going between 1.3 quarterbacks, but they finally, you know, made a decision to go with Salter. I think the best option. So I like what they're doing there. I think that he's the most experienced, best dual threat quarterback that they have here. And penalties, problem last week, 12 penalties. Question is, what are they playing for now? You know, coming off that win, I think off a win or a loss, it was going to affect them. But I think a loss maybe even more. So Dampier looked like he was physically struggling late in the game last week. And, you know, if he's not 100%, this offense isn't great unless he is really clicking on all cylinders throwing the football. I think they win the game 28-20, but I think it's just way too many points.
Okay, take Colorado with the points in this one. So college football, the 3 games so far, Boise State, take Houston, and take Colorado. Let's go to Iowa State.
Right.
And BYU. This is a big one.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, as we said, we talked about BYU. Great effort last week. I think the crowd certainly helped them. You got to look at all factors here. Iowa State's got some problems in the secondary. So they've got a problem at both cornerbacks positions. Maybe their best 2 players on their defense are out. And I think BYU knows that. I think they're going to be able to do also a bunch of bubble screens. They're very susceptible to that. Also, Cougars are top 30 in both offense and defensive scoring. And L.J. Martin, best running back, averaging over 6 yards per carry against what is also a poor rushing defense. So pick your poison here. As long as BYU plays clean, they should pull this one out. 28-23, Iowa State.
All right, Lee, next one's going to be the Cowboys-Broncos. Cowboys been a little Jekyll and Hyde, scored 40 points every home game, but when they go on the road, not the same team. They've got the Broncos, who just came off a thrilling come-from-behind victory last week. The spread looks to be 3. Who do you have in this one?
Yeah, and Denver, last year, how about this? They were 8-0 as the favorite. 8-0. So they... just this year, 1-4 against the spread in the favorite role so far. I loved them as an underdog in Philadelphia. Underdogs get a margin for error, and if they fall behind, you know, they can come back and cover, get a backdoor cover, or win the game outright. Broncos have trailed entering the fourth quarter in each of the last 3 games. Doesn't mean they're going to trail after 4 quarters for the rest of the season, but if they trail here, Cowboys offense, which has been moving the ball consistently better than Sean Payton's bunch, they're going to be a tough out here, averaging 390 yards and 31.7 points per game here. Another wrong team favorite, Dallas straight up 28-27.
Oh, wow. All right, little upset twice in one show. Wrong team favored from Mr. Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com. So take BYU minus the 3 and take the Cowboys against the Broncos. I don't know how the Broncos won last week against the Giants. That's a mind-blowing loss for Brian Daboll.
So many elements. They had to have about 7 or 8 things happen in the fourth quarter, certain plays, and everything went their way. So give them credit. They did win the game, but also when you lose a game, some of some of the blame has to go to the other side also.
Yeah, look, Paulie was saying prayers. He doesn't often pray, but when he does for his survivor pick, he was bold enough to take the Broncos over the Giants in his survivor pick, and he got bailed out.
He did.
You got to take some chances because you can't pick like the Bills and the Chiefs every week. So he took some chances. Now, how many teams are left in your survivor pool?
Oh man,
a bunch. We've only used
3 each. We started a little later into the season, and we're rolling now though.
Are you doing a survivor? Are you in the big Circa One League this year or no?
No, I'm not. I'm helping out my daughter. She's in one that had 167. They're down to 31 people.
Oh wow!
So we've saved a bunch of the really good teams. Haven't had to use Kansas City yet or Detroit. So we got a shot.
I used Kansas City last week against the Raiders. Gino's just not playing well right now. So I've burned Kansas City. So yeah. The survivor. I feel like you've been doing it for years, right? But I feel like it's all of a sudden the last couple years now everybody's doing it. It's catching on.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. So I was with someone last year, and we were in the top 50.
Wow.
And then I think it was like week 12 or 13 got knocked out. So it's a lot of strategy.
Yeah. It's fun. It's tactical. You got to think it through. And
it is.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people take the favorite, then one upset, and half the survivor league's knocked out.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And things change. I mean, like who thought that Indianapolis was going to be so good?
Right.
Yeah.
They
become a team you want to bank for later and save for that stretch run of the season because they've been a great first half team.
Yeah, they've been good.
Right.
Yeah, but nobody was going to take the Colts over the Chargers on the road last week in our survivor pool. That's too risky. And they ended up winning rather easily. All right, so recap. Lee likes Boise State over Nevada, lay the points. He likes Houston plus the 7.5. If you want to dare to play the money line, Lee says Houston could win it outright. He likes Colorado, Utah to win, but Colorado to cover the 13.5. He likes BYU on the road, minus the 3 at Iowa State. And plus the 3 at Iowa State. Iowa State is the favored team there. And then he likes the Cowboys over the Broncos. And then the game of the weekly this week is the Monday night game, if I'm not mistaken, Chiefs and Commanders.
Yep, great game here. Very important for both teams. I mean, Chiefs need to keep rolling. They want to get home field advantage. Commanders, they're in a tailspin right now. A lot of injuries, too. So you want to get that game for free. First 10 callers. Call 800-400-9741. I'll give them the game for free. 800-400-9741. And how about this? In the NFL, last 5 weeks, we've gone 5-0, 5-0, 5-0, 4-1, and 4-1. We're on a 23-2 run. You want to hop on board? How about this? We call it Lee's NFL Sunday Golden Ticket. 4 weeks of games in the NFL every Sunday, 5 selections. Just $197. No one can touch that record. It documented 23-2 in the NFL the last 5 weeks. Just one place, ParamountSports.com.
All right, good stuff, Lee. Have a great weekend, man. Stay hot. I know you will, and we'll talk to you again next Thursday, man. Maybe we'll get you on the old Zoom link next week for everybody watching our show on YouTube so they can see the emphasis when you say wrong team favorite.
Yep.
All right, Lee Sterling. Have a good one.
Guys.
ParamountSports.com.
Right,
it's Locktober with Mr. Lee Sterling. He's got another radio drop to do.
He does.
All right, got to take a final break. We'll come back. We'll get things wrapped up. Survivor picks. So we were just talking about them. Are we going to make those today,
Yes,
Paulie?
We're making them today.
Because the first NFL game starts tonight.
Yep.
We got that Thursday night game tonight.
Yep.
So we will make our. I better find a team.
Scan the board.
I know
buddy.
you mentioned it earlier, but I haven't actually zeroed in on that. We've been moving fast today. It's been a loaded show
You're
today.
Right. I don't have mine either.
We didn't even get to the Cody Carlson interview, which I wanted to get to.
Sure.
We'll have to try to fit that in tomorrow, and we're loaded tomorrow on the show too. We're going to have more golf coverage of Black Desert. We're going to have Coach Lance Anderson on the show at 8 a.m. Greg Croshaw is going to be on the show at 8:30 tomorrow. So loaded show tomorrow as well. We'll be right back. I'm fired up. We're all fired up. Devin, Paul, Tara. We're all going to Black Desert. We're watching golf after the show. If you get to the blackdesertevents.com website, you can get tickets. Bank of Utah Championships, you can get tickets. No paper tickets, though, digital tickets. So get your tickets online, put them on your phone, and then head on out to the opening round today of the Bank of Utah Championships. You've got a number of guys already on the course.
Yeah.
And you've got Jason Day 1 under par. He birdied his first hole.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Heath the Gullis 1 under. He birdied his first hole. Grayson Sigg has played 3 holes. He's already 2 under par. He is your leader, 2 under through his first 3 holes. So just really early on, opening round out at Black Desert. Man, can't wait. The course looks so good. We were out there yesterday, and it just looks so pure right now.
It does.
And a little rain overnight. I mean, it is going to pop on the Golf Channel this afternoon. It is going to pop when you get your tickets and go.
Yeah.
Congratulations to our winner. We did give away a pair of tickets yesterday. We do have another giveaway today if you want to win Utah Tech SUU football tickets. Text 435-990-9950. I forgot I was going to do a caller, but you know what we'll do? We'll do that tomorrow.
All right.
We'll take a couple callers tomorrow. I do have a couple pair of tickets, but if you want to get in the text contest for tickets, text in Rivals, keyword Rivals, even though Delane Fitzgerald says it's not a rivalry. Paulie agrees with him. Text code word Rivals to 435-990-9950. I kind of get bummed when I have to say that out loud. It's not a rival. I know we're
well, some of us, locals, it's rival.
I think it's
Cedar versus
I know
St.
it's not a
George,
long-standing rivalry, but geography-wise, it is a rivalry.
Yeah.
And we've had close games since they rekindled it. They are in the same conference. They're both moving to the same conference next summer, the Big Sky. It's going to continue to be a rivalry. It's not a big rivalry. Once they start rolling, KSL, ABC, Fox 13 news trucks down to cover this game, then we'll know the rivalry has arrived. It's hard because it comes a week after BYU and Utah.
Yeah.
But for us, it's great because we were up for that one, and now we're up for this one down here. Nobody up north is talking about it, though. Once people up north start talking about it, when both teams are 5-2 and 6-1, and then they're playing that game, I think it'll carry a little bit more weight. Hey, show today brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course, St. George Tent Shop, Kabuto Sushi, Color Country Custom Coatings, Prime IV, Game Day Men's Health, Wilkinson's, Jimmy John's, and TDS, and everything coming out of the Finley Hyundai Studios. All right, Survivor pick time here. NFL starts tonight. We got that Thursday night prime game. And Paulie, you get to lead off today. Tara, you get to go second. I will go third, so I don't steal Tara's pick this week.
All right. I am looking at 2 teams, and I'm narrowing it down right now. The Bengals are playing the Jets. The Jets are terrible. They're rudderless. They're 0-7.
And who is the quarterback starting? Aaron Glenn says he knows, but he's not telling.
Correct. And I feel like this is like the one time you can maybe use the Bengals and feel pretty okay with it. Or another team, a trendier, kind of not like a big favorite. I like the Ravens against the Bears. Lamar is practicing again. He's on track to start. The number wouldn't be this big favoring Baltimore if it was Cooper Rush. So it's currently a 7-point spread. I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens, the 1-5 Baltimore Ravens, but I think they are desperate for a win here, and they're going to get it. So I'm going to go with the Ravens and the back to practice Lamar Jackson.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Tara.
Okay, I'm also looking at the Bengals, but do I want to go with a safer pick? And maybe because the Falcons over the Dolphins, but that's I'm going to make it one more week for sure. Let's go Falcons over Dolphins.
All right.
That's the one I was looking at.
That's
You're allowed to use the same one.
Sorry.
You guys have already used the same one before.
No,
Yeah,
but
we can.
I thought she was going to take Indianapolis over Tennessee because
I want to save the Colts, I think, for later.
Tennessee's
bad.
burned you
They're
before.
horrible. Yeah.
They're bad.
They've
though.
burned you before.
Tennessee is bad.
They are bad, but they've won. The one time they've won this season, it derailed you. So be careful with those Titans, buddy.
I know it was an Arizona Cardinal game.
It was.
That was a fluke, though. The guy dropped the ball.
Demercado.
It was horrible. Yeah.
So you're going Colts.
Colts.
All right, 14.5-point number. I
Yeah,
feel
it's
like
just
you're pretty
low-hanging
safe.
fruit. I can't believe neither of you took that game.
Well,
I was
like
prepared.
Lee said, there's a lot of strategy involved.
I'm watching the future, yeah.
That's right.
Oh, my gosh. There's so many teams to still take.
That's right.
We're late to the party.
We are.
You got the game tonight, Minnesota at L.A. So it's Vikings-Chargers tonight. Prime Video, 6:15.
I saw a tweet. Carson Wentz Vince is 7-0 on Thursday night football games.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he continues that tonight. Do you think so?
Yeah, I'll have like 11 fantasy points, and I like the Chargers 24-21.
24-21. Yeah, kind of with you on the Chargers. They got their O-line issues, Alt and Slater out. That's really hurt the protection for Herbert.
Yeah, that's true. The Chargers, they can score some points, though. But they were kind of throwing the ball, trying to get back into the game. I like the receivers, but they're down 2 running backs.
And they're starting tackles.
So maybe Minnesota plus the 3 is the smarter play.
I'm seeing 3.5 on DraftKings.
3.5.
Perfect number, yeah.
Yeah, they want you. They're almost begging you to take the Vikings plus the points.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I will.
Interesting, yeah.
Yep. Man, fun show today. Rate the show.
Strong, really strong. Delane was great.
Delane is
Honestly,
always
his
great.
candid nature just makes for an awesome interview. He's very honest and candid. I loved it. The show content, a lot of golf content I love. We're getting out there. It's almost time to saddle up and ride over to Black Desert. Can't wait. So been a good show. It's going to be a good day.
Yep. Good stuff. Tomorrow, Cody Carlson, Bryce Crowley, Greg Croshaw, and Coach Lance Anderson will be loaded. Lots more on Black Desert. We'll have the whole first round to recap tomorrow on the program. We got another Jazz game tomorrow night. We got World Series game 1 tomorrow night.
Mammoth play tonight. Blues.
Yes,
Mammoth. Yeah.
Yep. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll
Trying
recap
to
that.
run it to 5 in a row.
Also, of course, 2 high school playoff football games to get you ready for, and we will be broadcasting and have links to both of them on our website tomorrow as Desert Hills goes to Green Canyon, and we will have the Dixie Highland game for you. That's going to do it. Have a great Thursday, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow on The Drive.